This is the game reaction. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this was a straight up beatdown. This is the game recap, and we won 42-21. Let me just say this, man. There is something magical about this Vikings team. And the reason why I say this, because I said this before, but I was not expecting this. You know, you lose your starting quarterback in Kirk Cousins. You signed Sam Darnold, that was a journeyman quarterback. I didn't really believe until I see what he's been doing, but I always got to keep in mind Kevin O'Connell is a very good offensive-minded head coach, and he knows how to make quarterbacks better than what they have been. You know what I mean? So I didn't take that into consideration when we signed Sam Darnold, and it was like a bad taste in my mouth when J.J. McCarthy got hurt, and I wanted him to start this season. But I am so happy that J.J. McCarthy got to sit out this year just to learn and to observe. It's nothing like learning and observing without no pressure to play right now, and just watch how the NFL players play. Just learn the playbook and learn the ins and outs and what to do and not to do. So I'm looking forward to seeing what J.J. McCarthy brings in 2025 season. I think the 2025 season is going to be special just as much as this season is special and magical. But man, 42-21 against the Atlanta Falcons. Kirk Cousins, when it comes to his numbers, okay, not really that good. No, he had a bad game. When you really think about it, he got a lot of receiving yards, but he threw for 2 interceptions in the second quarter. That bull Shaq had an interception, and then Byron Murphy in the fourth quarter, one-handed grab in the end zone was spectacular by Byron Murphy. That was game, really. But in the beginning of the game, I'm going to keep it real. This defense was struggling. It was struggling. No, the first drive, they went down the field. They did whatever they wanted to do. And my goodness, like, they ran the ball well. They was throwing the ball extremely well to their wide receivers. They did whatever they wanted to do in the beginning of the game. And then our first possession, you know, the Vikings just, man, I don't know. We was driving all the way down the field, and then all of a sudden we gave up back-to-back sacks that put us out of field goal range. And it was just like, dang, what are we doing? And then, you know, our defense came through about time, right? We got the ball back, and Sam Darnold was throwing these passes, man, these long passes, that 49-yard touchdown to Jordan Addison. It was only 2 plays, right? 2 plays, and it was 62 yards. In 51 seconds, we scored a touchdown and tied the game up 7-7. But let me just get to the box score. Let me just say this real quick. Sam Darnold was amazing. 22 of 28 for 347 passing yards, 12.4 per average, 5 touchdowns, which is a career high. You know what I mean? Sam Darnold was absolutely, I don't know what word to describe Sam Darnold's performance was. He was spectacular, amazing, outstanding, whatever word you want to describe Sam Darnold in this specific game, that's what it is. There was some times when he held onto the ball for the big play and took a couple of sacks, which I don't think he should have. He should have threw the ball away. But you win some, you lose some, and he didn't turn the ball over not one time. He took care of the football, and he outplayed Kirk Cousins, that's getting paid 3 times his salary, 3 times the amount of money he's getting paid, and he outplayed Kirk Cousins, man. First cousin, Captain Kirk, that was my quarterback. But now he's not, and I am ecstatic about the performance of that guy, Sammy D. Now, let's get to some of the other stats. Let me make myself a little bit smaller before I put... All right, so look. Aaron Jones had a outstanding game. In the first half, he only had like 5 carries for like 30-something yards, and he was doing his thing. I don't know why in the first half we didn't run the ball a lot more, but I think Kevin O'Connell realized that and said, yo, we got to get that ball in number 33's hand, and that helps out the whole team. You know what I mean? It controls the clock. It makes the offense more. It's not one-dimensional. You got to stop the run. You got to stop our wide receivers. You got to stop our tight ends. You got to stop us. It's a complete team. So for the game, he finished 13 carries for 73 yards, 5.6 per carry, and he got that last touchdown. And that was amazing. I absolutely love what I seen from Aaron Jones. Cam Akers ran hard as well late in the game. Sam Darnold had a couple of scrambles. I'm loving what I'm seeing. Then when you get to the wide receiver core, we had 2 wide receivers, right? Jordan Addison, oh my gosh, right? Simply amazing. 8 catches for 133 yards. I did not stutter when I said that. 8 catches for 133 yards, 16.6 per catch, and 3 touchdowns. His longest catch for a touchdown was 49 yards. Now, let me say this right now. Jordan Addison's route running is debatably the best on this team. And I'm even including Justin Jefferson. Am I crazy for saying that? I don't know. I don't know if I think I might be crazy for saying that. But still, his route running is it's just so amazing, bro. He be just making it look so easy, right? But then you have that guy, Justin Jefferson, right? Number 18. He's like, yeah, I need to do some gritties in the end zone as well. He has 7 catches for 132 yards. Now, I didn't stutter when I said it. So we had 2 wide receivers with 7 or more catches for 130 and up receiving yards. And his longest catch of the game, Justin Jefferson, the best wide receiver in the game, was a 52-yard touchdown pass from Sam Darnold. I believe that was a touchdown pass, right? And it's just like, man, it's pick your poison. If you letting that happen, nobody's beating the Vikings. If you're not containing Justin Jefferson, you're letting him go off like that, and you gotta let someone go off, because you're not going to stop Jordan Addison one-on-one. You're not going to stop one of the best tight ends in the game, number 87, TJ Hockenson one-on-one. He had 4 catches for 45 yards. He was outstanding as well. And I just want to say this. My biggest, the thing that I did not like about the offense was, and this is the only thing, because I think our offense was amazing, was our offensive line in the beginning. It's the beginning of the game. That's all. We was giving up sacks too much. But other than that, we outplayed the Falcons in every imagination you could think of. Defense, offense. We made the plays when it counted the most. Special teams, we did miss a field goal, but we made up for that. You know what I mean? By scoring touchdowns. We can't depend on field goals all the time. Even though we got debatably the best field goal kicker in the game right now, you know what I mean? We can't depend on field goals all the time. So that's why we got them 5 touchdowns. And then we had that rushing touchdown with Aaron Jones. When it comes to getting pressure on Kirk Cousins, because Kirk Cousins, there was some plays he was just literally just standing in the pocket and just chilling, bro. He's like, man, I'm on vacation. I'm just looking around. I'm on my 5th option. I'm on my 6th option. I'm going to go right back to my 1st option. I'm going to just keep on just looking down the field. Eventually, I'm going to find somebody. That can't happen. We only got 1 sack. I wish we had a little bit more pressure on Kirk Cousins. But the thing about it is, I just can't really complain too much because of the fact that we had 2 interceptions. We had 2 interceptions and we made the plays when it counted the most. But I'm just saying that because it's just like, yo, once we get into the playoffs, right, and we go against the best of the best, our defense has to get home. Our defense has to apply pressure to the opposing quarterback. We cannot have 1 sack in a whole game. We just can't. I say about 3 to 5 sacks a game in the playoffs for us to get to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? We have to get to the quarterback. Now, when it comes to the defense, man, I just want to say this, man. Blake Cashman, number 51, I don't know where I was. I don't know how I didn't know about this guy, but this man is simply, he makes this defense run, and I'm so happy that Kwesi had the mindset to sign this guy. He had 7 total tackles, 5 solo, 1 pass defended, 1 quarterback hit. And he was just everywhere on the dang on field. And Josh Metellus, man, people don't like Josh Metellus. He's a good player, man. He makes big plays. And yeah, man, I just think this team overall just played excellent. Harrison Smith, my guy, number 22, made some good plays. He had a tackle for loss. Shaq had that INT, amazing. Dallas Turner had 3 tackles and 2 solo tackles. So I seen a Dallas Turner sighting. He had a quarterback hit. I love that, man. I love it. We need to put him in the defense somehow, some way, because he has the talent. Andrew Van Ginkel almost had a pick 6. You know what I mean? Almost had a pick 6. Almost had the interception. If he would have caught that ball and kept his balance, he would have had a pick 6. So Kirk Cousins could have had a worse game than just having 2 interceptions, bro. He could have had a 3 interception game. It's just, I'm just saying, bro. It could have been a lot worse. I think Hill played good. I think Brian Samoa played good. Another thing about the defense, I think we have to be a little bit better when it comes to stopping that ding on rushing. We were number 1 last week. I don't think we're going to be number 1 after this Sunday, because we allowed them to rush the ball. And I understand our secondary was kind of suspect as well, but our rush, we pride ourselves on stopping the run. Bijan Robinson, he didn't have 100 yards. He had 92 yards, 22 carries. The only reason why he didn't have more is because the Falcons started to be behind, so they had to throw the ball more. So he averaged 4.2 per carry, 1 touchdown. His longest run was 13 yards. Tyler Aguirre, number 25. If I jacked his last name up, I don't mean that in no disrespect. I be jacking names up sometimes. 9 carries for 63 yards, 7.0 per carry. He had 1 touchdown, and his longest run was 25 yards. So we gotta get back to stopping that run a lot better. Also, when it comes to our secondary, it is what it is. I'm not going to really complain too much where Stephon Gilmore did not play, and that was a big deal. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. He's a big part of our secondary. So for him to not play, I seen this coming when it comes to our secondary struggling a little bit, but we made the plays that counted. We made the big plays when we needed it, and that's why we got the dub. But all in all, this is a magical season, Minnesota Viking fans. We are 11-2. We're behind the Lions in our division. They're 12-1. Hopefully the Lions can lose a couple of games, but we have to take care of business. As long as we take care of business, and even if it comes down to the last game of the season, we play the Lions. Last game of the season, I'm not sure if that's in Detroit or Minnesota. I got to double check on that. But as long as we take care of business and we don't really worry about the Lions too much, and we beat them the last game, we win the division, bro. We win the division. We just got to take care of business. That's just how I feel. And I feel like we got a chance to do some special things in the playoffs this year. I don't care what the numbers say and the stats say on paper in the playoffs. Everything is 0-0. All the stats is 0-0. I don't care what the stats say, oh, this is the number 1 defense in the NFL for the whole regular season. I don't care about none of that, because any given Sunday, that defense can look like trash. It can look like garbage. So anything can happen in the playoffs. As long as we get in the big dance, I'm happy, and I am proud of the Vikings. This is literally the 6th winning. I can't believe this, man. This team is just so underrated. I wonder what people are going to say on ESPN and NFL Network and all that. Even though I don't even really care what they say, but I'm just curious. Are they going to start giving the Vikings a little bit of credit? Because, man, they came through. This game was tight. You know what I mean? It was 21-21 at one point. We shut it down. It was 21-21, and we shut it down. Another thing, man, when you talk about the special teams, that kickoff, that fumble on the kickoff return for the Falcons, that was a big play. And we capitalized with a touchdown. See, those are the plays. The special teams came through. The defense came through. The offense came through. Everything on this team came through. Every part of this team came through. And that's what makes this team a very good team and a potential Super Bowl team. That's all I really got. But, man, enjoy the season. Don't get too high. Don't get too low. Well, be high. I don't care. Get high. I don't mean it like that. I'm not talking about y'all know what I mean by you could be high. You know what I mean? That didn't sound right when I said it, but y'all know what I mean. But, it's like we could talk right now. We 11-2. I don't even care. I don't got no picks. We don't got no picks. We gonna talk. It is what it is. And if you don't like it, it is what it is, bro. That's how I'm coming with things, man. Because everybody else be talking, they talk when they 11-2, when they have a good record. Oh, we're the best team. No, yeah, Viking fans, talk your talk, bro. Talk your talk to every fan base, bro. It is what it is. That's all I got to say, man. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. If you're in the building, go to the bowl. And I'm out. Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me.
Yeah.
Mike Sports Vibes, thank you for vibing with me. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go. I really do this. I'm a hybrid fan. I'm a stand-up man.
Yeah.
They be hating on the squads, but they really a fan. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. I'ma talk that talk about the Sixers and the Vikings. Let's go.